All right, guys. So this story is wild. This story is wild. An American journalist was arrested by Israel for doing his job. Okay. So title here in Ynet: American journalist disclosed secrets during Iran attack. I'm gonna give you more on that in a second. Police say Jeremy Lofredo faces Israeli court after reporting Iranian missiles striking several Israeli air bases. U.S. fears possible diplomatic incident following reporters' actions. Jeremy Lofredo, 28, an independent American journalist, was arrested by police on suspicion of endangering national security after reporting on where missiles landed in the attack launched by Iran earlier this month, including the IDF's Nevatim air base and an intelligence base in central Israel. In his report, Lofredo said that attacks on Gaza were launched from the Nevatim base and said that government's private jet used by Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu was located there. The charges against him include aiding the enemy during wartime and providing information to the enemy. His arrest has raised concerns of a potential diplomatic incident, doubt it, between Israel and the U.S. because of his status as a foreign journalist. Representatives from the U.S. Embassy attended the Jerusalem Magistrate's Court for a hearing on the request of the police to extend his detention. He published the information openly and fully without attempting to hide anything. If this information constitutes aiding the enemy, many other journalists in Israel, including Israeli reporters, should also be arrested, said attorney Leah Semmel, who is representing him in his defense. A spy would not have acted so publicly and transparently. So what did he disclose? He literally just reported on where the Iranian strikes hit. Like, hey, this one hit an airbase. This one hit over here. This one hit over there. That is something anybody in Israel with their own two eyes could have realized if they just live relatively nearby. Oh, look, the airbase was hit, right? Okay. Truth is always a defense. Hey, I'm reporting the truth here. This happened. This is basic journalism shit, right? No, he was arrested. Facts are unacceptable in Israel. You didn't get it approved by the censor. What kind of authoritarian bullshit is it? I never want to hear ever again. Israel, the only democracy in the Middle East, enlightened, liberal, Western values, bro. That's why we arrest journalists for reporting basic facts. Like, are you fucking kidding me? And by the way, let's be clear. We're bringing up this story here. American journalist arrested by Israel for doing his job. But that's to say nothing of the what? Over 100 Palestinian journalists who have been murdered on purpose by Israel. There are some Palestinian journalists who've had their families murdered by Israel because they do their job, because they report. Remember, they shut down Al Jazeera completely, right? Israel did. Like, this is a deeply, deeply fascist authoritarian government. And by the way, the only reason this guy is probably largely going to get away is because he's American. And I think he was just released. He was detained for maybe 3 days or so. I think he was just released. But again, that's probably because why? The U.S. was like, all right, you kind of got to free him. You kind of got to free him. Which, again, goes to show you the tremendous leverage we have if we just want to use it. Looks like we used it here. But if we just want to use it, they wouldn't have killed over 100 Palestinian journalists, right? They wouldn't be carpet bombing innocent civilians on a daily basis. They wouldn't be in the midst of a war with Hezbollah in Lebanon right now. They wouldn't be on the brink of attacking back against Iran, right? If we just pulled the leash. But again, I don't want to hear it. Don't tell me anything about freedom and Enlightenment values and Western democracy and all these beautiful flowery things. Don't tell me anything about that. This is an extremist, settler, colonial, expansionist state. That's what they are. They are deeply fascist. They are deeply authoritarian. And the fact that even for a second, this person was brought in because they reported basic facts. And by the way, final point here. I know I've made this one before, but isn't it weird? Iran and Hezbollah seemingly always go after military targets in Israel. But Israel always goes after civilian targets everywhere they bomb. Isn't that weird? The ones that are called terrorists endlessly are the ones who are going after military sites, and the ones who are our ally, who are supposed to represent the only democracy in the Middle East, they bomb civilians on a regular basis. Well, again, quite a thing for enlightened democracy to do. Arrest a guy for doing his job and reporting basic facts about where the Iranian attack struck. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.